Ma'am, this is a closed studio lot. You can't just walk in here.
But I need to get in.
That hem should have been done an hour ago. What have you been doing?
I finished the leads fitting first, like you asked. I'm moving as fast as I can, Denise.
Fast isn't the word I'd use. And where's my coffee?
I'll get it now.
Oh, and pick up my dry cleaning on the way. Try not to take all day this time.
She does more work than half this department and gets credit for none of it. That's Denise for you. Maya just doesn't know how to say no.
Maya Reyes pinned the last fold of a hem into place, her fingers moving quickly over the fabric stretched across the mannequin. Racks of costumes lined the walls of Soundstage 4, color-coded and pressed, waiting for their moment in front of the cameras. She had been at this job for months, and every day felt like another test of patience. Denise Halloran stood a few feet away, arms crossed, her sharp eyes tracking every movement Maya made. "That hem should have been done an hour ago," Denise said. "What have you been doing?" "I finished the leads fitting first, like you asked," Maya answered, not looking up from her work. "I'm moving as fast as I can, Denise." "Fast isn't the word I'd use." Denise's gaze flicked toward the door. "And where's my coffee?" Maya set down her pins. "I'll get it now." "Oh, and pick up my dry cleaning on the way," Denise added, already turning back to her tablet. "Try not to take all day this time." Nearby, one of the costume assistants smirked, but Maya said nothing. She simply grabbed her bag and walked out, leaving the two assistants to their whispers. "She does more work than half this department and gets credit for none of it," one of them murmured once Maya was gone. "That's Denise for you," the other replied. "Maya just doesn't know how to say no." Later that afternoon, at the main gate of Vance Pictures, a security guard stood blocking the path of an elderly woman. She was dressed in a faded cardigan, her shoes worn thin at the soles. Her name was Eleanor Vance, though nothing about her appearance revealed it. "Ma'am, this is a closed studio lot," the guard said. "You can't just walk in here." "I only wanted to see the sound stages," Eleanor said softly. "I used to love the movies." "Sure you did." The guard's tone didn't soften. "Look, I need you to move along." Denise happened to be walking past at that exact moment. She stopped, taking in the scene with open disgust. "Is there a problem here?" she asked. "Just an unauthorized visitor," the guard replied. Denise looked Eleanor up and down slowly. "This isn't a public park, ma'am. This is a real studio. People like you don't just wander onto a lot like this." "I meant no trouble," Eleanor said gently. "I only wanted to rest a moment. It's a long walk from the bus stop." "Then rest somewhere else," Denise said flatly. It was at that moment that Maya came walking up, a coffee cup in hand. She slowed as she took in the exchange. "Is everything okay?" she asked. "Nothing that concerns you," Denise snapped. "Get back to the costume department." Maya hesitated. Then, instead of obeying, she walked straight toward Eleanor. "Would you like to sit down?" Maya asked kindly. "There's a bench by the gate." Eleanor's eyes lit up in surprise. "That would be very kind of you, dear." Maya gently guided her toward the bench while Denise watched, irritation flashing across her face. "Maya," Denise called after her. "I swear, if this turns into a thing, it's just a bench, Denise," Maya said simply, not breaking stride. They sat together on the bench just outside the gate. Maya handed Eleanor the very coffee she'd bought for her boss. "Here," Maya said. "It's probably better you have it than my boss anyway." Eleanor took it, clearly touched. "Thank you. You didn't have to do this. Nobody should be treated like they don't belong somewhere," Maya said. "I know what that feels like." Eleanor studied her for a long moment. "What's your name, dear?" "Maya. Maya Reyes." "Well, Maya Reyes," Eleanor said warmly. "You have a good heart. Don't let this place take that away from you." She finished the coffee, then rose slowly from the bench. Before she left, she reached out and gave Maya's hand a gentle squeeze. "Good things happen to good people," she said. "Remember that." With that, she walked off toward a waiting taxi. Maya watched her go, puzzled but smiling, with no idea that the woman she just helped would soon turn her entire world upside down. That night, inside the grand library of the Vance estate, Julian Vance stood waiting as his mother entered the room. He was sharp and composed as always, but concern lined his face. "Mother, where have you been?" he asked. "I had Marcus calling half the city." "I went to the studio lot," Eleanor said. "I wanted to see how people treat a stranger when they think no one important is watching." Julian's brow furrowed. You went alone? What happened? Security tried to remove me, Eleanor said. The department head called me a burden on the lot. But one girl, a costume assistant, she saw me being humiliated and still chose to help. Did you get her name? Julian asked quietly. Maya Reyes. Julian turned toward Marcus, who had been standing near the door the entire time. Marcus, Julian said, pull the security footage from Soundstage 4's gate. I want to see this. Right away, sir, Marcus replied. Later, alone in his office, Julian watched the footage play out on the screen. Maya guiding Eleanor to the bench, handing over her own coffee without a second thought. His expression slowly softened. Who is this girl? He murmured to himself. The next day, Maya walked down one of the studio's hallways, exhausted from another long shift, when a man in a sharp suit approached her. Miss Reyes, he said. She stopped, wary. Yes, my name is Marcus. I'm Julian Vance's assistant. Mr. Vance would like to meet with you. Maya's mouth went dry. Julian Vance? The producer. Why would he want to meet me? The woman you helped at the gate yesterday, Marcus explained. That was his mother, Eleanor Vance, founder of this studio. Maya's mouth fell open. She's the Eleanor Vance? She asked for you personally, Marcus said. Minutes later, Maya stood nervously inside the executive office as Julian rose from behind his desk. Miss Reyes, he said, thank you for coming. I don't understand, Maya said. I didn't do anything special. You did more than you know, Julian said. Everyone else on that lot saw an old woman in worn-out clothes. You saw a person. Just then, Eleanor entered from a side door, smiling warmly. There she is, she said. Maya, dear, thank you again. I had no idea who you were, Maya said, still overwhelmed. That was exactly the point, Eleanor said. Julian added, my mother tests people this way more than she should. But she was right about you. He gestured toward a chair, and Maya sat down, still trying to process everything. I have an opening, Julian continued. Costume supervisor on my next film. Better pay, real creative input. It's yours if you want it. Maya hesitated. I can't just accept that because of what happened at the gate. You're not accepting charity, dear, Eleanor said gently. You're accepting an opportunity you've clearly earned through your talent. Let us do this. Maya looked between the two of them, torn, before finally nodding. Okay, she said softly. I'll take it. Weeks later, Maya stood outside a trailer on set, reviewing costume sketches, dressed sharper now than she'd ever been at the department. She was reviewing fabric swatches when Sabrina Cole approached, flanked by two other producers, her presence as sharp and cutting as ever. So you're the costume girl everyone's talking about, Sabrina said. The one who wormed her way onto Julian's new film. I earned this position, Maya replied evenly. Same as anyone. Sabrina laughed coldly. Please, everyone knows how this industry works. You helped the right old woman. Suddenly you're talented. I'm not interested in this conversation, Maya said. You should be, Sabrina pressed. Julian and I have history. Award shows, premieres. People already expect us together. Don't get comfortable. Julian arrived just as Sabrina finished speaking. Sabrina, he said. My office. Now. Later, behind closed doors, Julian's tone was sharp. You don't get to threaten people who work for this studio, he said. Sabrina flipped her hair. I wasn't threatening anyone, Julian. I was being honest. Everyone's saying she slept her way into that costume job. Careful, Sabrina, Julian said coldly. Maya has done nothing but earn everything she has. If I hear that rumor again, you'll be the one explaining yourself to HR. Sabrina's confident smile faltered as she turned and stormed out of the office. The night of the premiere, flashbulbs lit up the red carpet as Julian and Maya arrived together. Her own costume designs on full display through the film's cast wardrobe. On a nearby screen, headlines flickered. Vance airs new muse, and from costume rack to red carpet. A reporter pushed forward, microphone extended. Julian, is it true you're dating your own costume supervisor? Maya is one of the most talented people on this production, Julian answered smoothly. That's the story. Inside, Sabrina watched from across the room, a drink in her hand, seething quietly. Julian and I have been close for years, she told a gossip columnist, feigning heartbreak. I never imagined he'd throw that away for whoever she is. The columnist scribbled the words down eagerly. Meanwhile, alone for a moment, Maya glimpsed a tabloid headline glowing on a stranger's phone. Gold-digging assistant targets Vance fortune. Her face fell. "They're already tearing me apart," she said quietly to Julian. "And I haven't done anything." Julian took her hand. "Let them talk. I know the truth. My mother knows the truth. That's what matters." In the quiet of the costume archive vault, filled with iconic pieces from decades of film history, Sabrina slipped in unnoticed. She carefully lifted a priceless vintage gown, once worn by a legendary actress, and tucked it away. Then, with deliberate care, she planted a torn fragment of the fabric inside Maya's office drawer. Later that day, Patricia Vance stormed into Maya's office with security guards and Denise close behind her. "Search her office," Patricia ordered. "Now." "What's going on?" Maya asked, alarmed. "The Delacroix gown," Patricia said. "A piece from the studio's archive worth over $2 million is missing, and a torn piece of the fabric was found in your desk." "That's impossible," Maya said. "I would never. I always said something was off about her," Denise said smugly. Sabrina entered just then, feigning shock. "I can't believe it. I really thought she was different." "I didn't take anything," Maya said, desperation rising in her voice. "Someone is setting me up." "Until this is resolved," Patricia said firmly, "you're suspended from the production. Pack your things." Maya looked toward Julian's office, hoping he might appear, but he wasn't there. Devastated, she gathered her belongings and walked out past a hallway of whispering staff. 2 days later, Julian stood at the head of a long table in the boardroom, a laptop connected to the main screen in front of him. Patricia, Eleanor, Sabrina, and several staff members sat around the table. Sabrina looked confident until the screen lit up. "I spent the last 2 days going through every frame of vault security footage," Julian said. "I think everyone should see this." The footage began to play. Sabrina slipping into the archive room, lifting the gown from its stand, planting the fabric fragment in Maya's desk. Gasps rippled around the table. "Sabrina," Patricia said, stunned. That footage is doctored," Sabrina said, panic rising in her voice. "This is insane." "Is it?" Julian said coldly. "Because the timestamp matches exactly when you told security you were in a meeting that never happened." Eleanor rose from her seat, her voice steady and firm. "I've watched you try to destroy an innocent girl out of jealousy, Sabrina," she said. "This ends today." "Julian, please," Sabrina said, her voice breaking. "I only did it because I love you." "You don't know what that word means," Julian said. "Security, please escort Miss Cole off the property. And notify the authorities. Theft of studio property is a criminal matter." Sabrina was led out of the room, humiliated, as everyone watched in silence. Once she was gone, Patricia turned to Julian. "I owe Maya an apology," she said. "I let my assumptions get ahead of the truth." "We all did," Julian said. "Now let's fix it." Months later, at a grand awards ceremony, Maya sat beside Julian, dressed elegantly in a gown of her own design. The film they had worked on together had been nominated for Best Costume Design. When the presenter opened the envelope, the room fell silent. "And the award goes to Maya Reyes." The room erupted into applause. Maya rose, stunned, as Julian squeezed her hand before she made her way to the stage. "A year ago," she said at the podium, her voice thick with emotion, "I was picking up dry cleaning and coffee orders, wondering if I'd ever be seen for my work. I want anyone out there who feels invisible to know. Keep showing up with kindness, even when no one is watching. Sometimes, someone is." Backstage afterward, away from the cameras, Julian pulled her aside. He got down on one knee, a small ring box in his hand. "Maya Reyes," he said, "you changed the way I see this entire industry, and you changed me. Marry me?" Tearful and laughing, Maya answered without hesitation. Yes, of course." Weeks later, their wedding took place on a quiet soundstage transformed with soft lights and flowers. Eleanor, beaming with pride, pinned a small brooch to Maya's gown. Patricia embraced her warmly, the coldness of their first meeting long since melted away. From a distance, Denise watched the celebration uncomfortably. She had been quietly let go from the studio, and for the first time, she seemed to understand the cost of her own cruelty. 1 year later, Maya stood inside a new building, the Eleanor Vance Mentorship Foundation, addressing a room full of young, aspiring costume and production assistants. I used to think success meant being noticed by the right people, she said. Now I know it means being kind to people no one else notices at all. She looked out at the eager young faces before her, Julian standing supportively at her side, and Eleanor watching proudly from the back of the room.